I've started here in Photoshop so that we can talk a little bit about vocabulary before we jump into Maya and start our first rig. I've pulled up this beautiful image of the human skeletal system because we are going to be focused on bipedal rigging in this class. In rigging, people rig bipeds, people rig quadrupeds, people rig vehicles, people rig machines. In all of those areas, we tend to get specialists for each section. The biped will give you a general overview to concepts of rigging, and then if you decide that you want to go off and learn more about any one of those, you'll be able to because you will have the vocabulary. The first thing that we need to talk about is one of those things where I say it and it's going to sound incredibly stupid, but I need to be sure that we're all on the same page before we go on. The skeletal system consists of two things. Let me pull up my type tool here. The two things that it consists of are bones and joints. So I'll put that here on the side, bones and joints. When I look at a skeleton like this one, I can see that the bone is this long thing here in the arm, and the joint is this round little nubbly bit in the shoulder. The human skeleton is incredibly complex, but I can start breaking it down into these different pieces. I can say that this area here is a joint, this one here is a joint, here is a joint. Oh, I hope we don't do hands. There are all these little tiny joints in all of the fingers. You will also note as I'm doing this that I'm being very simplistic. The elbow joint has several bones that come together to create this twisting motion. Same thing with the shoulder, and let's not even really think about what's going on with the shoulder blade and the clavicle, shall we? Throughout the spine, each of these little things creates a tiny, we don't refer to it as a joint, but that's how it acts. The area between the spine contains little points of rotation, and those little points of rotation are what allow us to bend our spine. There's a joint that allows the jaw to hinge. There's a joint here in the hip, here in the knee, here at the ankle, and then it's tough to see in the front view, but there are little tiny joints out here for all the toes. So joints create places of rotation, and that is the big thing that we're going to care about here. Joints are points of rotation. And I've put rotation in all caps because it's really important to remember that. Every single joint that we have in the human body is in some way or another rotational. Bones are a little bit simpler because bones don't rotate, they're not really supposed to flex. All that bones do is hold joints together. So keep those thoughts in your head. Joints create points of rotation, and bones hold joints together. Those are your first two big pieces of vocabulary.